How did we even meet at this point?
So basically how we met is, he fell in love with me. Boy meets girl,
Let's rewind this
Girl
real
perfect
quick.
woman.
let's rewind this real quick.
Hey everybody, we're back, and this is a dosage of the Davises. So we just wanted to let you know, to all of our viewers, we hear your suggestions, we hear your feedback on how to improve and continue to change and grow, and we're taking it all into consideration in this episode and the episodes to come. Thank you so much for all your suggestions and feedback.
And speaking of feedback, I'm hearing everyone asking, how did we actually meet? Feels like it was a long time ago.
It does.
Yeah, it probably was. Maybe 8 years ago.
We were young.
Yeah, I think I was 22 and you were
21.
21 at the time.
21. Wait, how old am I, babe? 20.
Back to reality right now. It's so funny because we were completely different people, and we met at the pool at the Harris.
Yes, we met at the club. This was many years ago.
I was in my prime and she was just bloodthirsty. But
lying. I didn't even look your way.
Anyway,
we met through a mutual friend. She had invited me out that night. So I stepped out with our friend. It was a bunch of us girls, and she told me that her friend, her guy friend, had gotten a section at the pool. We ended up, getting into the pool and getting to this section, and briefly,
super brief,
we said hi to one another. She just introduced us and we said hi, and we didn't even think about it.
Right.
I was just wondering why you're wearing your sunglasses in the nightclub, because
Listen,
I was wondering where the sun was.
Time out. And if we can remember 8 years ago, sunglasses was in. You couldn't tell me nothing. I had the sunglasses in. Sunglasses was in. That really was it. It was like real brief. We introduced, we said, introduce ourselves.
Yeah,
you told me your name, I told you my name, and
we began to follow each other on social media.
Right.
A few weeks after that, we found each other on social media, and that was it.
That was it for years. Let's fast forward this thing about 6 years, right?
So we fast forward this thing about 6 years.
And 6 years later, I seen you at the gym. Mm-hmm. We were at the gym, and I'm working out, looking. Boof, boof, arms, everything. So I see her at the corner of my eye. I'm like, okay, this is Jessica. And I know you noticed me. You noticed me.
I didn't even see him.
She noticed. I think we just bumped into each other. Nobody really...
Yeah, no, I think we just said hi to each other. Yeah. We never saw each other after meeting each other that night at the club. So it was weird because we were following each other on Instagram, so we kind of saw what each other posted, but we didn't know each other. So it was like that awkward moment when you know someone on Instagram but you don't know them in real life.
And I was looking like she actually looked good in real life. That was my thoughts. It was, because some people don't.
Thank you, babe. Yeah. And we just said hi and we started just talking, and eventually that led to you training me and showing me workouts, and the gym was like our place, and we really developed a friendship at the gym. Yeah. So shout out to Planet Fitness.
Yeah, shout out to Planet Fitness. And you hit a good point though. I think we started off at friendship. Yeah. We didn't start off as if I'm trying to, holler at you, or I'm trying to get to know you. It was actually oh, what's up?
So then after meeting in the gym and just starting to work out together, we obviously would just start talking to each other and have conversation. But one thing that clicked is we started talking about God. Yeah, and that really struck me off guard at that point, because I would talk to a ton of females, and not one female have shown me any love for God or even talked about God. But we were both in a broken place in our lives, I think the connection there was so instant because we were so broken, and we had both been looking towards God and what his plans are for our lives. So the connection was the gym and God. Yeah. So that's just a brief summary on how we met. And we kept our friendship for a long time before we decided to court. A very long time. And we're gonna share more later on in our episodes of the things in between and everything that happened, but we just wanted to give you guys a brief summary on how we met. And speaking of all the feedback that we have been getting from you guys, we have a list of questions. Yeah, so basically we know that you guys want to know more about us. Yeah. We have already explained how much we love God, how much we love our family, our faith. But we want you guys to get to know our individual characters.
Yeah.
So we decided to play this little game because so many of you had questions about us.
Yeah.
And we're going to answer a few questions for you guys today. A dosage of the Davises relationship Q&A.
All right, everybody. So first question is, how often is too often when going out? Probably pretty easy, actually, because I'm not a person that goes out
I was
a lot.
going to say, I don't think I would have that trouble because you barely even go to the mailbox.
But
so
anyway,
does a guy need time out with other guys in fellowship or just hanging out?
Especially you drive me crazy, girl. No.
So especially with sports and things like that, there's just things that guys like to do, and that's fine. I think there should be a healthy amount of time that, you know, your partner or spouse can spend, you know, with his friends or, you know, hanging out with other men. But how often is too often? That's hard.
You gotta, like you said, you gotta keep a balance. As long as you're not being reckless, I feel like as long as you're not being reckless and you're not abusing your power of going out, go ahead, like go out. If you want to go catch a game or you want to catch up with the fellas, I don't see an issue in that.
Yeah, I don't see an issue. If it's constant,
like every weekend or something like that, is like, come on.
Yeah, it's
like,
a lot for a female to digest.
Yeah, especially you.
But
no, definitely you need to know your partner.
You have to get to know your partner and ask them what they like and what they don't like. Everyone is different on what they prefer. So all you have to do is communicate. And once again, just be honest with one another. So question number 2.
House chores. Who does what? This is a good question.
This is because we've had disagreements about this before.
Yeah, I feel like there is no gender rule. So if you feel as though you want to do something, do it.
Right.
It shouldn't be, oh, she has to cook or I have to do laundry. It should be, once again, communication, right?
Yes, it's all about communication. My husband, he cooks.
Yeah.
I try to cook.
Yeah.
I'm not that good at it, but I'm learning.
Cannot stress enough the point of teamwork.
Yes.
And we both have, you know, lives where we go to work. We want to go to the gym. So just trying to factor in so many different things throughout the day. You got to know your partner's strengths. You got to know their schedule. You got to know their weaknesses. You got to know what they're good at. So all of these things factor in, you know, a marriage at this point. And this is something we're still learning it also. We're not like these pros.
We were very bad at it in the beginning. And actually our spiritual leaders, our pastors, our mentors have really helped us understand that there's no gender roles. It's just teamwork.
Exactly.
Let's just figure out how to get it done. And to us, that is a successful day at the end of the day.
Yeah. Always show appreciation, because when a person feel like they're not appreciated, then that's where the resentment comes and you get the little smart comments, and I don't got time for that. Question number 3.
So, is date night a requirement in a relationship?
Oh, yes.
Absolutely, 100%.
Definitely.
You have to have a date night in a relationship. It doesn't necessarily have to be like a date that you get dressed up and you go out, but even if there's one day a week that you can just spend with one another, there's a certain time, whether it's an hour or half an hour, to just spend quality time with one another. But date night is definitely a requirement. It sparks the romance back up and it keeps you going.
It does. It keeps you going, and it's so easy for us to get wrapped up in reality, get wrapped up in life and having to go to work and attend to your children and attend to your family and go to the gym. Like all these things factor in, but one key thing that helped us grow so much in just a period of time that we've known each other is we've always made time to spend with one another. Just like she said, you don't have to get dressed up, you don't have to go on a specific date, but you do want to take that time out to spend with your partner. You want to spend that time with your spouse. Let them know that you love them. Talk to them. You know, tell them about your week. That's all a part of spending time.
Yes, yes. And we actually will show you on our next episode of what a date night during quarantine can be like. Romance is always needed. Ladies, we love romance.
And I am a romantic guy. They call me suave, actually.
Shut up! Question number 4. How do you say 4 in Spanish, babe?
Cuatro.
It's fun.
I'm getting better. I'm getting better.
So last question of this little game. Is it ever okay to communicate with an ex?
You are trying to get spicy, people. What's up?
No.
Nah, never.
Absolutely not.
No exceptions.
Yeah. To be transparent with you guys, that has happened a few times between us.
Yeah.
Where we messed up that trust.
Yeah, definitely.
And it took a while to get it back.
Yeah.
So just don't do it.
It does more harm than good, to be honest.
Yeah.
And it's not worth it.
It's not. And when you're focused on new things, you stay on that new path and you push forward on that.
The past is in the past. Press forward.
So just a little game so you guys can get to know us a little bit. We can break the ice a little bit. You guys can get to know us on a personal level. We hope that we made you guys laugh. And if you are in a relationship and you may be struggling with something like this or other things, we just recommend that you guys just pray together. I think that has helped us tremendously. Yeah. We were very transparent on some of the things that we struggled with these questions, and praying together and communicating with one another and being honest with one another has really helped us grow in those areas in our relationship.
Yeah, something very important, and just keeping God as your ground foundation. He has to be the foundation.
He has to be your foundation. If not, the house is going to completely fall. And communication is so important, and prayer is important, and God is super important.
The number one.
Especially.
I can't wait for you to see next week's episode.
Yes, next week's episode is going to be a treat. I won't say much. I already gave a little hint throughout this episode. Thank you guys for all your suggestions, all your feedback, all your questions. We hope that we answered the majority of them, and we'll keep answering them as the episodes continue. So thank you guys so much for another episode. Tune in next week for episode number 3. Wow, we're moving forward. Episode number 3 next week. We love you guys.
Stay blessed, everybody. We love you.